In this highlights video, we will be overviewing Studio 3T's Query Profiler. MongoDB allows for flexible and dynamic data structures, which can sometimes lead to situations where untuned queries can end up running slow. This is where Studio 3T's Query Profiler helps. It analyzes performance characteristics, identifies and addresses bottlenecks, and shows inefficiencies in the query execution plan for us to take corrective action. To access the Query Profiler, first go to the connection tree and choose a database. Let's select the Chicago database. Then go to the Global toolbar and click the Query Profiler icon to open. The Query Profiler opens in its own tab. Alternatively, we could also just right-click the database and from the drop-down, select Query Profiler. At the very top, we have the name of the selected server connection and the target database. Immediately below is the Profiler Switch button. By turning this switch on, we're instructing the MongoDB Database Profiler to start collecting data. Switch on. This opens a dialog prompt reminding us that profiling impacts database performance and disk use. This is a useful reminder to turn the profiler off again when we're not using it. Click OK. The data collection process starts. The top pane lists all the queries that took longer than 100 milliseconds to run. If perhaps we don't see any slow-running queries listed, open the Results for Last dropdown and select a longer time period. This allows us to view queries collected by minutes, hours, and as far back as 30 days. By default, the Query Profiler sorts the slow-running queries with the most recent run query at the top of the list. And on the right, we have Group By with options to either choose an exact query or a query shape. With the exact query, the MongoDB query plan, it displays unique queries based on field names and values. These various query types are sorted in rows and broken down by columns. Namespace, which is the database and collection name. Operation category, the query type, that's either a find query or an aggregation query. Count shows how many times you've run a query. Sum of duration indicates overall runtime of the same query at multiple occurrences or times, along with average of duration, maximum duration, minimum duration, and most recent occurrence, which shows when the query was last run. And query shape displays groups of queries with the same structure. The operation category column changes to query hash, also known as the query plan fingerprint due to its numeric ID. However, all of the other columns remain the same. MongoDB uses query hashes to cache and reuse query plans. Now, going back above, we have the options to refresh to update the view, view by count, which lists the number of times the query ran, results for last, as shown before, and collection, indicating which collection to view. Selecting a specific collection helps with narrowing searches. And when selecting these queries individually, we can view the query information further in the panes below. The bottom left pane contains pertinent information such as user, the person that ran the query, operation category, listing the type of query it is, timestamp, when it was run, duration, again how long it took to run, and key examined, showing how many index entries were scanned. And if we want to view the full JSON, we select a query in this pane and click on the Full View JSON button. A JSON view window opens. As with selecting any query, we can see in the bottom right pane the query code view, the code that's been run, and the Explain Plan view. In Query Code view, we have the option to copy the code, open it in a collection tab, which opens this query in its own tab in which it can be run. Here we can view in either table, tree, or JSON. And, depending on the query type, we can open it in the Studio 3T tool that it was created in when needing to debug. Clicking will open the Studio 3T tool itself, either the aggregation editor or IntelliShell. And if the options for Open in a Collection tab, Aggregation Editor, or IntelliShell are grayed out, this only indicates the query currently selected isn't available for editing in that tool. Same holds true with the Explain Plan, which visualizes the execution plan of a MongoDB query. When an aggregation is selected, the Explain tab is not available. But when selecting a query, the query plan and execution statistics will show. For additional profiling options, we can open the system profile, which is inside the System folder. Double-clicking opens it up in its own tab. And if ever in need of some invaluable supporting documentation on MongoDB profiling, click the information icon next to the Profile Switch button. Studio 3T's Query Profiler, paired with its Index Manager and Visual Explain plan, offers powerful tooling for optimizing queries and getting the system back running smoothly. Please see our other highlights videos on getting more from MongoDB with the power of Studio 3T. Thanks for watching and happy performance tuning!